2020 week 12. Welcome, Will.
Thank you, Jack. It is week 12.
It is week 12.
Cranking
and
on.
It is December. Well, it's another easy week for me this week, although I do edit these, so it's not that easy. But I don't have much to say this week because Alex is back to talk about all things dependency. So that's exciting. Will's going to quiz her on a few things. Really great one this week. So let's crack on with that. Will and Alex, away to you.
Right, thank you, Jack. Alex, welcome back. I think this is the third time you've been with us.
It is, yeah.
Which is fantastic. Now, we're going to talk about a subject which is a little bit contentious and a little bit complicated. So we're going to try and unpack this. Very often we are accused of creating dependency, and I wanted to perhaps just explain a little bit about perhaps what that means and how we get into that and how we try and address it.
Yeah, I think it's a real difficult one for us to pitch it right. Yes, we want to give them what they're asking for, but we need to make sure that we're helping them to get out of the mire that they're in. So, I mean, when we went back to deliveries back at the beginning of COVID, we delivered continually. And then when it came to coming to the end of lockdown, we had the conversations of, do you still need us? And actually, on what level do you need us? So some of them said, yes, we need you to continue to deliver. Some said they'd come and pick up. Others said, we're going to go it alone. And with those, so a lot of them have done really, really well and just come back every so often with a phone call to say, can you help me this week because it's coming to the end of the month, or my budgeting's gone off because we've had a birthday or something.
Which is a really helpful way of sort of trying to empower people. So if somebody comes to the back door now, say for example at the cafe, what's the sort of conversation initiation that starts that journey of that conversation?
Right, first time, I would say we probably don't have a conversation. We ask them what they need, we give it to them, we say our opening hours, etc. The next time they come back, we start to have those sometimes difficult conversations of, why are you here? Us giving them food is not dependent on the answer to that question. So whoever comes to a food bank, whoever comes to our gate, we will give them what they're asking for. But what we want to do is go that one step further to say, why are you here? So sometimes that's to do with finances. I think we saw one last week, £50 for the month they got left. Who can live on £50 a month? And that was because they'd got sanctions on their benefits, and what they'd done was arranged in the best capacity that they have to pay back. So they were paying £3 a month off something and £10 a month off something else, and they've got to pay their bills as well. It was never going to work. So what we do is say, bring us the details. Let us help you. So then we would do the phone calls for them and just say, they can't afford to pay. Can you do us a better deal, in effect? And most of the time they come back, all the electricity companies, they come back and say, thank you, we'll rearrange a lower payment. So they have got an opportunity to get out of the situation they're in.
So one of the mantras that we have, and we've used this expression quite a lot, is if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. And I know for a lot of people that's quite a difficult conversation to be had, but for us, and perhaps you could again just explore that, actually we're failing you if we don't challenge you.
Absolutely.
I think it's the balance of where do we get that change and what's that journey?
Yeah, and what is actually that challenge? Because for some, that challenge is, I don't know how to prioritise the money that's coming in. Now that is where we come in and say, look, you know, your bills are priority, your food obviously is priority, but your going out isn't. You know, and actually it's talking to them, building that trust and getting them to understand what priorities are. Lots of our friends are that vulnerable that they don't understand priorities.
I think one of the things that I find interesting when I do challenge somebody to change them is just how prepared, in most cases, they are to embrace that.
Absolutely.
Because actually they don't want to become to a food bank in the next 5 or 10 years.
No.
They want to break that vicious circle.
And also it says that we care. We're interested in helping them to become the person that they deserve to be, to live the life that they deserve to live.
Fantastic. So it is difficult. For somebody who's watching this, they might think that just providing what somebody needs is the way that we operate, but it's so much more than that, isn't it?
So much more.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Alex, thank you so much for coming back again. I think we've got another couple of subjects we'd like to explore and just really unpick. And so for anybody who's watching this, I want them to get a real sense of the depth of House of Bread, and the work that you do in leading the caseworkers is very much part of that.
Yeah.
So,
and the exciting Christmas
yes.
coming up and what
Yes.
we're going to be doing and
indeed.
supplying for their needs in an
Lovely.
ever-changing situation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And back to Jack.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will. You actually remembered to throw it back to me this time. Very well done.
Yeah, no, thank you, Alex. And she will be back doing another topic in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really, really good stuff.
So many people are getting in touch about seeing her videos more than ever before. So
What?
I don't know what that says about me and you, Will. Thank you so much for doing
That's
that.
all right.
Thank you for all your
It's a
questions. Thank you for watching. We will see you on HoB News. If you want to know about all the stuff that's coming in or think you might get a mention, check out that 4 o'clock on Sundays.
On a Sunday.
It's the campaign video that go up 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. That's where you're watching it now. But until then, we will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.